right. Giant pumpkin contest. Some of the farmers that I know, they could probably make like a catapult that would throw them down the street. We could have like, see how far they could go, but anyway. Farmers are ingenious, Anyway, thank you so much for coming tonight. What an honor to have you all here. Just want to announce a couple of shows coming up. Except I usually have them on my phone, but my phone's up there. But anyway, the next one coming up is a couple of dear friends, Yvonne Perea and Susan Gibson, are going to be here on May 5th. Yeah. And I just love both of them so much and love their music, so hope you'll come out to that. Be a beautiful night. And they've asked me to pick along, so that'll be fun too. And the next week after that is Sam Robbins, who is a Nashville-based singer-songwriter who is, sometimes I look at all of my singer-songwriter friends who are all, old, and you think, wow, who's going to carry on the tradition? And this guy is one of those. I mean, he's sort of in the tradition of James Taylor and all that, but he's about 20-something, So anyway, I'm looking forward to hearing that. And there's let's see, Radio Free Basanda is coming on May 20th. Who's coming on? Somebody? Yeah, no, May 13th is Sam Robbins. Radio Free Basanda. Those are some friends of mine. A couple of them are from Taos, and it's this world music group that's kind of music from the Balkans and Bulgaria and the Eastern Mediterranean, where they have different notes. They have notes that we never thought of, and it's like I wrote in a little blurb about it. It's like, if you want something that will sort of expand your musical DNA or warp it or twist it or whatever, these guys will do it, and they're great players. The leader of the band is actually a tremendous Irish musician in the Irish tradition, but this one is doing this, Greek, Turkish, Romanian, who knows what, Balkan kind of thing. But anyway, really cool stuff. So hope you'll come out to that. There's some more that I can't remember. Just check the website, and there's always great music coming up here at Society Hall. And hopefully tonight will not be an exception. We are honored, really, deeply honored to have you come out and share our music with you. You guys ready back there? Please welcome my brothers Rod Taylor, Jim Bradley, and we are the Richters. We've got a brand new album out, and in fact, it just sort of coincidentally was released as far as like in the world today on all the streaming sites and all that. So, whatever that's worth, I mean, if you had ever told me when I was like, 17 and playing in the bars in Alamosa that I could be in the same record store as the Rolling Stones, I would have said, oh, you're crazy. But it's cool that you get to be in the same record store as the Rolling Stones, but of course it's you and 17 million other musicians that are in that. But anyway, we're out there floating around, and check it out. You can listen online or buy a CD or whatever. So we're going to start out the set with several songs off of this new CD, and we'll play quite a bit of tunes from the new record, and some old favorites. And if there's something you want to hear that you think we might do, then please let us know, and we'll do it if we can. I think I still remember Wipeout and Walk Don't Run and some of those. Anyway. This first one's the first song on the record. We're just going to do the first few tunes on the album. This is one that's for the ranchers out there. It's inspired by a conversation I had with one of my ranching neighbors, and it's a song called "The Circle."
Same thing every year, so the rancher said, but it's never twice the same, and I never get ahead. I was counting on the stove, never came at all. Green up that pasture I've been planted in the fall. He stands at the center while the circle spins around, while the cows get born and the water runs down. The circle seems to spin, but it's still where he stands, feeling the rhythm of the seasons pass across his land. Don't get too up about the good news, don't get too down about the bad. Only the cold wind brings the tears, only the old dog makes them sad. Just watching the life in his herd, spreading out at sunset. Keeps him rising in the dark, see if that heifer's ready yet. He stands at the center while the circle spins around, while the calves get born and the water runs down. The circle seems to spin, but it's still where he stands, feeling the rhythm of the seasons pass across his land. Looking good this year, just might make a buck. The old tractor keeps running, tires hold on the cattle truck. Maybe the San Juans will get some snow, the Excelsior ditch will fill. Maybe his hopes and dreams can hold on to, maybe they always will. He stands at the center while the circle spins around, while the calves get born and the water runs down. The circle seems to spin, but it's still where he stands, feeling the rhythm of the season pass across his land. At the center while the circle spins around, while the calves get born and the water runs down. The circle seems to spin, but it's still where he stands, feeling the rhythm and the water runs down. The circle seems to spin, but it's still where he stands, watching the winter, spring, summer and fall pass across his land.
Thank you, Tom.
Thank you.
Robert, will you turn this down just a little bit? It's scaring me.
And if you could give me just a little bit more Rod's voice.
And that's scaring me.
Here's another one off the new record. This is a song by our friend Andy Wilkinson, who is a brilliant songwriter and playwright and poet and generally creative dude from Lubbock, Texas, which is where Rod grew up. Well, I don't know if he grew up there, but you know, he lived there when he was young. How about
Jury's still out on that one.
I spent my younger days there.
that? Close enough.
It's Friday.
We ran into Andy the year before last at the Lone Star Cowboy Poetry Gathering in Alpine, Texas, and he played us this song that he had just written, and we immediately fell in love with it and stole it. You know, thought we'd make it into a Rifters song. It's a little song about the glory of creation, you might say, and how everything seems to know what it's doing, except for maybe people, but you know, sometimes we do. It's a little song called The Greatest Mystery.
High rollers, blue northers, prairie fires, hail and drought, uncertain of our borders, our certainties, our doubts, without hymnals, without psalters, without pressure, some street, without the order. Mystery. Iota, criollo, chaparral and rattlesnake, wild horses, wild buffalo, blue grandma, purple sage, Chinook moths and creosote, nary one needs you or me, for each one holds the answer to the greatest mystery. For the rangeland knows its business, what to do and how it's done. Wisdom of the wilderness is a kingdom that is come without pity or forgiveness for what was or what will be, bearing constant witness to the greatest mystery. rangeland moves in circles, without angles, without lines, without questions, without searching, without worrying what we'll find. Wiring no rehearsals to sing its harmony to the choruses and verses of the greatest mystery. For the rangeland knows its business, what to do and how it's done. The wisdom of the wilderness is a kingdom that is come without pity or forgiveness for what was or what will be, bearing constant witness to the greatest mystery. It offers constant witness to the greatest mystery.
Ah, yeah.
Thank you very much.
Do the title cut here off this record. I still call them records because it's a record of what you were doing when you made that record, you know. I still call them albums because an album is a collection of songs or something, a collection of something. Even though, you know, we don't have those big round black things. We don't have any of those. But this little song, it's called "The Enchanted World," and it's about the power we all have to sort of choose how we frame the world and how we see it. You can be out in the desert and you can look at it and think, "No, this is such an ugly place," or you can sure find the beauty there if you have a mind to.
I'm close. I'm in.
You could say it's empty, hot and dry as dust. There's nothing there worth seeing but yucca, sand, and brush. But the cactus is in bloom, and the dew catches the light that slips above the mesa out on the edge of sight. I wanna live in the enchanted world, in the enchanted world. You could say it's cold, you'd rather stay there by the fire, and the drift across the gate makes you wish you'd bought those tires. But the world's a giant crystal with prisms everywhere, with every path made new, waiting for your footsteps there. I wanna live in the enchanted world, in the enchanted world. Some say miracles can't happen, it's a distance way too far. In the enchanted world, it seems that's all we are. could say it's steep and nothing ever goes your way, and the path is full of stones and deadfall every day, or that your road is rising to a summit most sublime, and you know your legs need strength to deal with such a climb. I wanna live in the enchanted world, in the enchanted world, in the enchanted world, in the enchanted world.
Yes, I do. Thank you, thank you. And I do live there most of the time, except when it's windy. You know. That's the tough one.
Never occurred to me that I'd never be able to see these words.
Yes, we're playing several songs off the record that we've never played before live. You know,
Wish
and,
us luck.
and you'd think once you record the song that you'd actually know how to play it, but it's a weird thing that when you're making a record, you know, or doing a recording, it's almost like you're like painting or something like that. You're kind of putting on one color at a time, and you're layering it up, and you never just sit there and play it all at the same time. And so you have to go back and learn the songs off your own record. It's kind of a weird thing.
And obviously, I haven't done a very good job of that. Thank you, brother.
What he needs
That
is
ain't
more
bad,
light,
actually.
I'm afraid.
Yeah. More light would help too. But that actually does help. Thank you very much. Yeah, man.
Well, this is a little
Consummate professional, you know.
This is a little song that Rod and my wife Terry wrote, and it's about the dichotomy of it all. You know, the dance of the opposites of everything, and how you just try to find some balance in there somewhere. A little tune called "The Perfect Dance."
Yeah, wish us luck here. Okay. There's too much rain in Louisiana. Out in Utah, there ain't enough. Lush green fields near Omaha, and Amarillo, they're a little rough. Seems at sea, the drought or flood, dry cracked earth, knee-deep mud. One thing's for sure, nothing is pure, not just dark or light, not just wrong or right. Looking for a little balance, a little hard work, a little romance. Looking for a little balance, a little structure, a little freelance. We're looking for a safety net every time we take a chance. Looking for a peaceful calm, longing for the perfect dance. One day you're mad as hell, next you're in your golden space. One day dressed in burlap, the next it's all leather and lace. Seems at sea the rain or shine, bull or bear with the bottom line. One thing's for sure, it's all so obscure, not just left or right, not just black or white. Looking for a little balance, a little hard work, a little romance. Looking for a little balance, a little structure, a little freelance. Looking for a safety net every time you take a chance. Looking for a peaceful calm, longing for the perfect dance. We're looking for a peaceful calm, longing for the perfect dance. It's a clarinet.
Yeah, if you buy the record, you'll see what we mean. There's this beautiful clarinet part on that does this little outro there. So we don't play clarinet, you know. The kazoo, I mean, hey, you know, the kazoo comes in handy.
Donnie said he would pay me big bucks if I would do that.
Well, while we got the banjo out, we'll do a one off a couple of records back.
We're going to do a medley.
Another Terry McCartney
Terry
song.
McCartney hits.
Really, Taylor McCartney. It kind of has a ring to it, you know. Taylor McCartney. It's a Taylor McCartney song. You know, yeah. This song called "I Got News for You."
I used to wake up in the morning to the news on NPR, listening to the turmoil both near and far. Each night at 6 o'clock I'd watch the news on CBS, but everything I saw was making me a mess. I got news for you.
I got news.
I got news for you.
I got news for you.
Let's turn it off. Let's go outside. The world is far more beautiful than the news implies. I got news for you.
I got news.
I got news for you.
I got news for you.
Let's turn it off. Don't take the bait. See the good in fellow souls and leave behind the hate. If the news is all we're seeing, world is burning down. Big bucks with greed are running us right into the ground. Of course I don't want to be naive and blind. If the news is all we're seeing, love is hard to find. I got news for you.
I got news.
I got news for you.
I got news for you.
Let's turn it off. Let's go outside. The world is far more beautiful than the news implies. I got news for you.
I got news.
I got news for you.
I got news for you.
Let's turn it off. Don't take the bait. Let's see the good in fellow souls and leave behind the hate. There's nothing good in what the news is paid to report. We see with our own eyes that life is too short. I got news for you. I got news. I got news for you. I got news for you. Let's turn it off. Let's go outside. The world's far more beautiful than the news implies. I got news for you. I got news. I got news for you. I got news for you. Let's turn it off. Don't take the bait. This ain't news, let's go to bed. Got no time for hate. I got news for you. 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 I got news. Yeah, I got news.
Thank you.
Oh, yeah. Who counted that song off? I don't think we've ever played it that fast before. I like it.
Yeah.
That was fun. All those notes.
I thought about that along about the second measure, but by that time it was too late.
Too late now.
Well, we'll do a sensitive banjo song after all of those frenetic little bitty notes that we just played. This is an old James Taylor song that we've always loved playing. It's on a couple of our live CDs. It was on one of the old Hired Hand CDs way back when, too. This song about, to me, it's about trying to go back home again and realizing that it's not quite there anymore, like you remembered it.
I'll count this one off.
Well, don't do it yet.
I'm watching. Oh, you too? Okay.
I think my banjo was in tune, which it sort of makes...
That's scary.
There's a joke, like, how long does it take to tune a banjo?
It's never been done.
Nobody knows. You see, it's you know, it's just the overtones are different. You know, never mind.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Even the old folks who never knew why they called it like they do. I've been working since the age of 2 down on Copper Line, Copperhead, Copper Beach, Copper Kettle sitting side by each, and Copper Coil, Copper Georgia Peach down on Copper Line. half a mile out of Morgan Creek. I'm only living till the end of the week. Hercules and the hawk blue snake down on Copper Line. Down on Copper Line. Warm summer night on the Copper Line, slip away past supper time. Wood smoke, moonshine, down on Copper Line. One time I saw my daddy dance, I watched him moving like a man in a trance. He brought it back from the war in France, down on Copper Line. Ranch water and tomato wine, creosote and turpentine, sour mash in the noon moonshine, down on Copper Line. Down on Copper Line. First kiss ever I took, like a page from a romance book. The sky opened and the earth shook, down on Copper Line. Down on Copper Line. I took a fall from a windy height, I only knew how to hold on tight. I prayed for love enough to last all night, down on Copper Line. The day breaks and the boy wakes up, and the dog barks and the bird sings, and the sap rises and the angels sigh. I tried to go back as if I could, all spec house and plywood, tore up good, down on Copper Line. It doesn't come as a surprise to me, it doesn't touch my memory. Man, I'm lifting up and rising free, down on Copper Line. Half a mile out of Morgan Creek, I'm only living for the end of the week. Hercules and the hawk-nosed snake, down on Copper Line, on Copper Line. We were down on Copper Line. We were down on Copper Line. Down on Copper Line. Down on Copper Line.
Thank you, thank you.
The way we ended that song reminded me of a very frantic moment I had 25 or so years ago. It was back in the Hired Hands days, excuse me, and we were playing in Michigan, in the Upper Peninsula, and we were playing this music festival that had always been a classical festival, and they hired us. And we went there, no, it was Iron Mountain. It was the first night of this 5 nights we were doing in 5 different towns in the UP, and this is a classical audience. And we come out and the lights go down and, you know, all you can see are the knees in the front row. And we finished the first song and it's silent. It's silent until we stop the note. And then they were there. They come up big. But for those few seconds, it was scary. because we had 5 nights to go.
Must have been that Midwestern politeness or something
Yeah.
like that, making sure you were done, you know?
Speaking of classical music, here's a story about a 3-legged dog.
That's exactly what this song was about. And how many of you folks out there remember a dear friend of mine from way back? His name was Buddy Wilson. Remember Buddy Wilson? He was the son of a ranch family that lived out on Waverly Road, and he was a dear friend of mine. I went to high school with him and all that, and his folks were fairly well up in years, and by the time Buddy hit high school, he was really pretty much running the ranch, and you know, running around in his red pickup and all that. And his constant companion was this 3-legged dog. Actually, well, he sort of had 4 legs, but one of them didn't have a foot on it, and so his name was Tres Pies, which means 3 feet. And you know, and he was just the spunkiest, liveliest, happiest little creature that you could ever possibly imagine. I mean, it never possibly occurred to him that there was anything wrong with him, you know. And it really came to mind last year. I was, you know, you get to a certain age, and suddenly some things that always worked in your body your whole life stop working, you know, or they start not working nearly as well. You think, what's up with this? And it just, Tres Pies came back into my mind as the perfect epitome of somebody that just, hey, you just go for it. It doesn't matter, you know, you just go for it. So anyway, this one goes out to Buddy and anybody that might remember old Tres Pies.
Yeah, it's indeed.
Okay.
I sure am glad you're here, buddy.
Where are you going tomorrow?
Do I look anything like Buddy? Holly?
Not really. Anyway, here's little Tres Pies. Tres Pies didn't know no better, figured he was just as good as any other critter. He was up in the truck at the break of day to check the herd, to bale the hay, 'cause there was work to do, rabbits to chase. Yeah, it's a big job when you own the place. His tongue would flap and his tail would fly. It was pedal to the metal, do or die. Tres Pies didn't pay no mind if it was fair or if it was kind. His paws were dealt, he played his cards when he laid them down, and there was nothing but hearts. The coyotes would chase him, he couldn't flee. He'd sit down and face them and they'd let him be. There were devils deep inside that weren't scared of nothing, that would never hide. While he and his partner Piojo would run, chasing the pheasants in the evening sun. Piojo would climb up the big haystack, and Tres would bark until he came back. Well, Tres Pies didn't pay no mind if it was fair or if it was kind. He just played the pause and then with the down, and let him down. There was nothing but heart. Yeah, life's gonna shoot some arrows and throw some stones your way. Oh, Tres Pies just went for the marrow and the bones of every day. Yeah, Tres Pies didn't pay no mind if it was fair or if it was kind. His paws were dealt, he laid them down, there was nothing but hearts. Yeah, Tres Pies didn't pay no mind if it was fair or if it was kind. He just played the paws that he had, and 3-4 times, through the good and the bad. Just wagging his way with everything he had. yeah, and he did too.
It's very kind of you to let us try these songs out on you tonight. They're new to us.
Yeah. Yes, indeed.
All right, well, here's another new one.
It's going to be real new to me.
Now I know the key. There's always that one voice out there.
A song about all the things there are out in the enchanted world. Things to sing about, good things, bad things, hard things, easy things. A tune called So Many Different Things. There's prayers that need praying and things that need saying and mysteries to leave undisturbed. There's paths that weren't taken and rules that need breaking and peace best left unperturbed. There's so many different things, so many different things, so many different things that make me wanna sing. There's dark nights and bright lights, red eyes and sore sights. The sunrise I need is so bad. Grins for the long haul, way out of the blue phone call, and good days that make me feel glad. It's so many different things, so many different things, so many different things that make me wanna sing. I sing on the mountain, I sing on the plain, I sing in the sunshine, sing in the rain. Well, there's big rocks and hard times, bottom line and thin dimes, and crimes against all that's good and true. But there's deep talk with company, the light in your eye when you see me, and how I know I'm home when I'm with you. Yes, so many different things, 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 and making me wanna sing, making me wanna sing. So many different things. Thank you, thank you. We're going to do about 2 more songs and take a little break, and you know, everybody can get up and stretch and get your chocolate chip cookies and red wine, you know. The Society Hall special. You know, you dip your chocolate chip cookies in your red wine. And, no, just kidding. We are so blessed and lucky and grateful to be asked to be part of a recording project last year that a dear friend of ours named Eliza Gilkyson was doing. We sang some harmony and I played a bunch of stuff on it, but there was this one song we're going to do that we just thought, well, that sure sounds like a Rifters song, so we put this on the new album too. It's a song that Eliza and John Gorka wrote. Eliza lived down in Austin, Texas for many years, but when she was younger, she lived in northern New Mexico, and she finally moved back to northern New Mexico, just north of Taos, and during the pandemic lockdown and all that. And she wrote this song about landing back in that, what to her is home country. It's called At the Foot of the Mountain.
At the foot of the mountain, the waters run down in the streams and the ditches that flow through the town. For the people who lived there since time was unknown, the mountain is their home. At the foot of the mountain, they still work the land, and they live in their houses of mud and sand, and give thanks to the spirit, water and stone, where the mountain is their home. At the foot of the mountain, they rise in the morn, and they gather the apples and harvest the corn, and the circle's unbroken when the children are born, where the mountain is their home. At the foot of the mountain, we were born, and circles unbroken when the children are born, where the mountain is their home. At the foot of the mountain, waters run down in streams and the ditches that flow through the town. For the people who lived there since time was unknown, where the mountain is their home. Well, scatter my ashes, river to roam, where the mountain is their home.
Oh yeah, isn't that a sweet song?
Thank you. I was kind of speaking in tongues there for a minute.
Well, it's all right. You're in church.
Go where the spirit moves you, I guess. I'm going to do one more here, close it out with a song off our Architecture of a Fire CD. It's called 100 Miles. We'll take a break and we'll be back for another set, a little bit shorter set. Hope you'll stick around if you can. We do have new albums and other various merchandise items back there. And like I said before, if you got something you'd like to hear, please let us know. We'll sure do it if we can.
Oh, life's got me surrounded. Oh, you know I feel confounded by a million things somebody thinks that I should do. But you know I'm just astounded by this place that I found. But what once meant so much can seem so little when the day is through. And I just want to see for 100 miles. I just want to see for 100 miles. I just want to do some things that make me smile. I want to see for 100 miles. I've been told I should deliberate on what I wish to elevate to something that's worth spending my life's hours on. But I seem to deviate from that which most folks consecrate and worship all their days until their days are gone. 'Cause I just want to see for 100 miles. I just want to see for 100 miles. I just want to do some things that make you smile. I want to see for 100 miles. Oh, sometimes the city beckons me, and I sort of reckon I should go see what all of this commotion is about. But when I get to checking, I discover I'm expecting it to chew me up, and then it's going to spit me out. 'Cause I just want to see for 100 miles. I just want to see for 100 miles. I just want to do some things that make you smile. I want to see. I want to see. I want to see for 100 miles. For 100 miles. For 100 miles.
Thank you so much. With the Rifters, Jim Bradley, Rod Taylor, Don Richmond, we're going to take just a little bit of a break. We'll be back for another set. Please stick around if you can. We'd love to share some more music with you.
Thank you.
All right, are we ready for a little more music? Thank you. Like I said before, it's such an honor to have you come out and be part of this event with us and hear the music, pass the energy around. I just think of it as this thing that we start, passing the energy around and just go. If it works right, it spits us all out into the stratosphere, and we go, wow.
Real quick, while we have you here, we had an event in Taos a couple of weeks ago in a furniture store. It was overwhelming. It really was for me. It was an incredible night. And those of you that were there and those of you that contributed, thank you.
It was a benefit for Brother Jim here to pay off some astronomical medical bills, and it worked. How about that?
And yeah, if you weren't there, you missed a hell of a party.
Well, we're going to start out. The first song is a very short little song. It's a waltz. And you guys can sing along with us, and the only word that you might not know is K, okay? The song goes like this. It's it's Kay Watkins' 91st birthday, I believe, or something like that, so let's sing it. Happy birthday to you, happy birthday to you, happy birthday, dear Kay. Happy birthday to you, and many more. Many more, many more. All right, I'm going to kick it off with a little request here. A song called One Less Fiesta, kind of a New Mexico little tune here.
All right, how many viejos are in here?
There's a bunch of viejos out there, I tell you.
This is for all y'all. I learned how to say that in Texas.
The arroyos where the pistoleros lie, praying for rain, the fields have all gone dry. They've tilled this land for 300 some odd years. Now these acequias are empty but for tears. From Española to San Antonio, they sing songs of Los Viejos through the night. Once it's gone, it ain't ever coming back. One less fiesta in New Mexico tonight. Building houses just to bring some happiness, while the rich folks from Los Angeles, while the rancheros are being forced to sell. Those politicians fill their pockets very well. From Española to San Antonio, they sing songs of Los Viejos through the night. Once it's gone, it ain't ever coming back. One less fiesta in New Mexico tonight. Rio Grande flows around the southern turn. Fire's raging, there's no forest left to burn. Used to be there was room for everyone. Now La Sierra's starving in the high desert sun. From Espanola to San Antonio, they sing the songs of Los Viejos through the night. Once it's gone, it ain't ever coming back. One less fiesta in New Mexico tonight. One less fiesta in New Mexico tonight.
Oh, thank you. We put that on the last album, the Passes and Peaks album. Do another couple of tunes off of the new one here. This is an old song that, you know, it happens fairly often that Rod will start playing some song that's just really cool old song that I've never heard before, and it's like, where'd that come from? You know, and how come you never play it? And he's got this dusty basement, and every once in a while, some song finds its way out. And this next one was one of those that he played in the studio. He said, "Man, well, you know, we might think about doing this song." And so I said, "Well, why don't you go play it, and I'll turn on the recorder so that we can listen to it and learn it and all that and all." And so I turned on the recorder, and he just sat down and played it. And that was the take, you know. So we added a couple little things to it, and that was it. But it's an old song that Louis Armstrong did, and I don't know how many other people, but
Willie.
who?
Willie.
Everybody cut this song at one time or another. Yeah.
So if anybody asks us if we know any Louis Armstrong, we can say, "Hey, yeah, sure."
And I don't even remember who wrote it. I mean, I guess we gave him credit on the record.
And I checked it out. It was a dead guy.
Well, Louis Armstrong didn't write it. I didn't know who. I found the guys' names that wrote it, and yeah, they are given credit. So.
Yeah. Don said, "Where did you learn that song?" And I was like, "I don't remember. I don't really know."
This cool old tune called "That Lucky Old Son."
Okay. We've played this once earlier today. Let's see. 1, 2, 3. Up in the morning, out on my job, work like the devil for my pay. Lucky old son ain't got nothing to do. Just roll around heaven all day. Fuss with my woman, toy with my kids, sweat till I'm wrinkled and gray. Lucky old son ain't got nothing to do, just roll around heaven all day. Dear Lord above, can't you see that I'm pining? 'Cause I've got these tears that are falling from my eyes. Send down that cloud with a silver lining. Lead me to paradise. Show me that river. Lead me across. Wash all my troubles away. Lucky old son ain't got nothing to do, just roll around heaven all day. Dear Lord above, can't you see that I'm pining? 'Cause I've got these tears that are falling from my eyes. Send down that cloud with a silver lining. Lead me to paradise. Show me that river, lead me across, wash all my troubles away. Lucky old son ain't got nothing to do, just roll around heaven all day. Just roll around heaven all day. Just roll around heaven all day. Thank you.
Yeah, cool old song.
Because you lived?
I know.
Okay. That's why you fell down.
Well, that was part of it.
Yeah, we had a request for this song too. Another one off the new record. I've noticed as I get older that I write more songs about getting older. And that's where this one came from. You know, there's certain little phrases that start popping up, you know, in conversation. And it's weird. You know, the phrase pops up 2 or 3 or 4 times and you think, that's got to be a song, you know, there's got to be a song in there. And this was one of those that came up in conversation. I've heard a few different people say it, and I found myself saying it. But it's called "It's 'Cause You Lived." You know, it's like, you know, maybe your body's a little beat up, and maybe some things need a little repair work, and you know. And
You have a new hole in your head.
yeah, Jim's got some new holes in his head. And, you know, it's because you lived, because you did stuff, you know. Anyway, that's where this came from. You look in the mirror and wonder why the hair is gray and the skin is lined and the eyes are tired from all they've seen. They've lost some vision and some dream. It's 'cause you live, it's 'cause you took the chance and did the dance, 'cause you didn't shirk the duty or the work. Though you couldn't guess, you said yes, and you gave everything you had to give. It's 'cause you live. The back talks back as you get out of bed, and the knees speak of every chase you led. You wonder why your heart, so steady for so long, is now dancing to some different song. Well, it's 'cause you lived, it's 'cause you took the chance and did the dance, 'cause you didn't shirk the duty or the work. Though you couldn't guess, you said yes, and you gave everything you had to give. It's 'cause you live. Well, wisdom knows less and less, and more you're unimpressed. Yet you still fall for the eyes of a child, for that part of you still young and wild. Yeah, it's 'cause you live, it's 'cause you took the chance and did the dance, 'cause you didn't shirk the duty or the work. And though you couldn't guess, you said yes, and you gave everything you had to give. It's 'cause you live. Thank you, thank you.
Got to do this one for Kurt.
Amen. Kind of a little love song to the Rio Grande. That was sort of the title cut of our second CD. You know, if you read the descriptions of the first people that saw the Rio Grande that wrote anything down about it, you can't help but think, wow, I wish I could have seen that. And that's sort of where this song came from. It holds true for most western rivers that depend on their existence from snow melt and things like that, you know. They're hard-working rivers. A lot of people dependent on them. And, you know, hopefully we can keep them running. There's a song called Before the Great River Was Tamed.
I like to walk down to the river, sit and watch it flow. This thread of life from the mountains to the desert down below. Its waters feed the farms and the people in the towns. It's divided and conquered, low and beaten down. I sure wish I could have seen it, spread for miles wide, flocks of birds flying, herds of game on either side. I sure wish I could have seen it before the white man came, before the reservoirs and ditches, before the great river was tamed.
I see the pastures and the fields as I head back into town. This quilt of many colors, emerald, gold, and brown. And I know there's no returning to the way used to be, for time marches ever onward like a river to the sea. But I sure wish I could have seen it in a spring rage, bursting from the canyons like a lion from a cage. Well, I sure wish I could have seen it before civilized men came, before the dams and the diversions, before the great river was tamed. Thank you, thank you.
I really like playing in here. It sounds good. And that has a lot to do with our buddy Robert back there. And I.
Thank you, Robert.
Thank you, brother.
And we want to thank Brian, who's running the video that's going out to the wide world out there. And I think it's probably quite a bit more work to try to make us look good than it is to make us sound good. I don't know. You know, he's got some filters that make us all look 35, I'm sure. No.
Getting the shine off of the tops of our heads is kind of tough.
We're going to do, I don't know, about something like 3 more songs or something like that, if you guys think you can stay out that late. We'll do another little ranching song. This is kind of sort of lighthearted, but it's all about the joys of ranching. And as like Rod usually says, Rod spent 40 years as a working cowboy, and
in other words, it's the saddest song you've ever heard.
It's really cute. It's really pretty cool that you guys still laugh at that joke.
send this one out to the Christiansons, because this one's a little too true in some ways. But anyway.
Well, there's one of the joys there.
Yeah, I get my hay from Jim and Ben for my Broncos that I still have, and I need more. So,
more Broncos or more hay?
I had both.
Yeah.
I need gentle horses, I guess, is what I need.
Well, anyway, this little song called "You Were There." This is a song that Rod wrote with great cowboy poet Waddy Mitchell. And it's got a little humorous twist at the end. At least some people think it's humorous. Rod's wife doesn't think it's humorous. But
Ranch-wise, find no humor in it whatsoever. In fact, they usually take offense at it. We'll get a report from Kathy here and see what she thinks.
But it's got a happy beat. That's the saving grace of it all.
Yep. That's why we do it, because it's a happy beat. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4. Bought the ranch on promises and bragged would win the bet. Then did our best to prove up while it taxed our blood and sweat. When a stud horse wire cut and died, found the place he lay. When Mormon crickets ate our range, you set your jaw and stayed. You were there. Oh, you were there. The truck was rammed and totaled by that uninsured old goat, and we just had liability shrugged and let it go. When I woke out of that coma from that movie-worthy wreck, where my horse rolled over the top of me and broke my ribs and neck. You were there. Oh, you were there. You were there to love and help me through the rehab and the drought. And why you chose to stick with me, I've never figured out. Last week our trailer house burnt down with all our stuff inside. Luckily we got out ourselves, but a border collie died. What's left of me ain't very much, I've a little left to give. Working wrecks we've been through ain't an easy way to live. You were there. Oh, you were there. What is the next verse?
He's speaking in tongues.
You guys are no help at all.
Well, let's see. We did the trailer house.
Okay, Jim, what happened next?
You poor dog.
You were there. Oh, you were there. You were there to love and help me through the rehab and the drought. And why you chose to stick with me, I've never figured out. Well, you say you not have missed it, but that ain't the way I thinks. Well, I believe you are an angel or a trouble-causing jinx.
Whose fault is it now?
You're an angel, maybe a jinx, but you were there. Yeah, you were there. Oh, you were there. You were there. Sorry about that.
That was the part about the dog, wasn't it?
No, we got the dog in
Oh, we
there.
got the dog in there.
I usually remember the
part
verses when
about
you
the
forget them.
haystack burning down.
Yeah, there.
The haystack burned down. But
Okay, let's do it
I don't
over.
remember what happened after the haystack burned down. It was something awful, I'm sure.
They all lived happily ever after. That's the way I like stories to end. All right, we're going to do two more, and this is another request, a great old song that was on one of the Hired Hands albums that Jim and I were part of, and we co-wrote this tune, and it's also on the Rifters Live at Up Top CD. Another sort of glory of creation song called The Hands of Time. The song was a co-write with the lead singer of Hired Hands, a wonderfully talented fellow named Eddie Lee. And it's a sing-along, so warm up those voices. It's really easy, and I'll teach you your parts when we get there. Mountains and mesas, valleys and peaks, southwestern sunsets, twilight's mystique. I am no stranger, I am one with this land. That I fly an eagle knows me by heart. Of all that I witness, I am a part. I am no stranger, I am one with this land. There's a lesson, if you listen, you will learn. It's a blessing we are given to discern. There's no words to define the grand design. When you shake the hands of time, the deep roots and branches, the earth and the sky, bind them together. Now I know why they seek to show me that we are one with this land. The seeds I have planted now grown so tall. May wisdom find them, may they hear the call of the high-flying eagle. We are one with this land. But here I stand, surrounded by this mystery. This winding road that brought me here has let me know, no matter where I go, I'm not alone. There's a lesson, if you listen, you will learn. It's a blessing we are given to discern. There's no words to define the grand design. When you shake the hands of time, when you shake the hands of time, mountains and mesas, valleys and peaks, southwestern sunsets, twilight mystique, the deep roots and branches, the earth and the sky, and bind them together. Now I know why. Those mountains and mesas, valleys, I am one with this southwestern sunsets, twilight's mystique. But I am no streets and branches, the earth and the sky, with this bind them together. Now I know why. Okay, this is the sing-along part. So this half of the stage, of the audience rather, Jim's half of the audience, I want you to sing this. Na 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 na, na 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 na, na na na. Little louder. Na 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 na, na 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 na, na na na. Now this half of the audience, I want you to sing this. Na 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 na. Let me hear it. Na 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 na. Just the audience. Yeah, sounding good. One more time.
Let me hear it.
Now y'all keep singing, a little louder. We're gonna sing something different now. Keep going. Well, I have no stranger. Well, I have no stranger. Oh, that sounds so good. You just can't believe it. That sounds so good. Thank you for singing along. You see, when we recorded that song with the wonders of multi-track recording these days, you can just keep stacking up tracks forever. There's only 3 people in that band, but we had, I think, 24 voices going. But you just can't quite pull that off live, you know? But hey,
It's better with 100.
with a little help from your friends, now that just... All right, well, we're going to end the night with a song that we put on the record that's not one of our songs, but it's just such a classic, and Jim just had the idea that we should record this, and it's like, yeah, because it's an old John Hartford song.
You know, when we did it, a friend of ours, Pete Wernick, who's Dr. Banjo in the bluegrass world, was in town, and I didn't want to insult Don's banjo playing, but I said, hey, you know, I think we could get Pete on the album. He said, yeah, he'd be great on this song that we're going to do.
Yeah, oh, I thought about it as soon as, you know.
So we were traveling around doing these gigs with Pete, and he and I were in the car, and he told me this story about John Hartford wrote this next song. And he said he wrote it after having seen Dr. Zhivago, where he actually developed a huge crush on Julie Christie. And as fate would have it, he ended up sitting next to her in first class on a plane going somewhere. And according to Pete, when that plane landed, he no longer had a crush on Julie Christie. That's the way Pete tells it.
Well, we'll never know.
Our friend Chuck Cannon said, this is the greatest example of American musical poetry ever. And I take that as Chuck would know. You've seen him here, haven't you? Yeah.
Yeah, it's a treasure of a song, and you know, I just want to say thank you one more time to all of you for coming out to spend an evening with us, and appreciate everybody that was able to pick up a CD or anything else, and it's what keeps this sort of thing happening. You know, without people coming out to hear live music and people coming out to hear us, it's like, well, you just can't keep doing it. So thank you for allowing us to keep doing it. So what a treasure it is to be able to play for you.
And I know that some of you came from Fraser and from Boulder and Longmont and Denver and
Taos.
so Oklahoma. Wow.
Taos.
But
You know, and you are the best audience we've ever had.
Are you sincere about that? No?
Every time.
He says that a lot. Pretty fine. It works for me. Thank you for being such a wonderful audience. Anyway, little song called "Gentle on My Mind."
It's knowing that your door is always open and your presence free to walk. That makes me tend to leave my sleeping bag rolled up and stashed behind your couch. Ouch. And it's knowing I'm not shackled by forgotten words and bonds and the ink stains that are dried upon some line that keeps me in the back roads by the rivers of my memory, that keeps you ever gentle on my mind.
It's not clinging to the rocks and ivy planted on those columns now that binds me, or something that somebody said because they thought we fit together walking. It's knowing that the world not be worse nor forgiving when I walk along some railroad track and find that you're beating on the back roads by the rivers of my memory, and for hours you're just gentle on my mind.
Although the wheat fields and the clotheslines and the junkyards and the highways come between us, and some other woman's crying to her mother 'cause she turned and I was gone, well, I still might run in silence till the joy might stain my face and the summer sun might burn me till I'm blind. But not to where I cannot see you walking on the back roads by the rivers flowing gentle on my mind.
I dipped my cup of soup back from a gurgling, crackling, crawled in some train yard. My beard rustling, cold pile, and a dirty hat pulled low across my face. Through cupped hands round a tin can, I pretend to hold you to my breast and find that you're waiting from the back roads by the rivers of my memory, ever smiling, ever gentle on my mind. Come on, Don.
Good night, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much. For the Rifters, Jim Bradley, Rod Taylor, and Don Richmond.
Thank
Thank
you.
y'all very much. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, thank you. Oh, why not? Well, okay, we'll do one more.
Well, you can't sit down for this.
Had a request of this one. I don't know if we'd get to it, but.
Milk it, Johnny, milk it.
One, two, three, four. Well, I just came down with Chippewa and a station wagon and $100. I was thinking about the girl I lost a year before. Well, I hadn't seen her for some time. I thought that I might go on by when your memory came flooding in and closed that door. I wish it was a freight train, baby. Wish it was a diesel locomotive. I come whistling down your track, crashing in your door. Wish it was a freight train, baby. Wish you didn't have a heart. You need a shovel full of coal just to get me started. Wish it was a freight train, baby. Wish it was a freight train. Every time I talk to you and I hear you just line, I feel like I been left abandoned on some old railway side. And every time I hear your voice, my water just gets cold. Yeah, my stove will not stove, and I boil it will not boil. I wish it was a freight train, baby. Wish it was a diesel locomotive. I'd come whistling down your track, crashing in your door. Wish it was a freight train, baby. Wish you didn't have a heart. You need a shovel full of coal just to get me started. Wish it was a freight train, baby. Wish it was a freight train. Time I fell behind and I could not get ahead. Wish someone would pull the lever and give me a little sand, yeah. And every time I slip behind, yeah, even further back, I wish some switchman would come out of the bulb and change my track. I wish it was a freight train, baby. Wish it was a diesel locomotive. I'd come whistling down your track, crashing in your door. Wish it was a freight train, baby. Wish you didn't have a heart. You need a shovel full of coal just to get me started. Wish it was a freight train, baby. Wish it was a freight train. Wish you would be so locomotive. I come whistling down your track, crashing in your door. Wish you was a freight train, baby. Wish you didn't have a heart. You need a shovel full of coal just to get me started. Wish you was a freight
started. But she wasn't a freight train, baby. But she wasn't a freight train.
Thank you once again.
Thank you. Thank
Thank
you.
you.
For the Rifters, hope we'll see you soon. By the way, we're playing for a food bank fundraiser tomorrow night out at the Rio Grande Farm Brewery. Just in case you want to come out and join us and
Yeah,
drink some beer for a good cause.
Bring those glasses.
Be well, take care wherever
Thanks
you're
for
headed.
being here. Thank you very much.
Thanks again. We love you.